Hi, everybody, and welcome back after Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a really great Thanksgiving holiday. I know we did. I really ate too much this time. How about you, Kurt? Did you have a good time?
I had a really good time, actually.
But you told me you were all arguing.
I mean, that's a good time for my family.
Is that what happens for a lot of people? They're always arguing at Thanksgiving, and at least you're honest about it. We didn't have that, but I had a bit of a debacle in the kitchen, and if I didn't have all my friends helping me, because I always have a hard time timing everything. The turkey and the Brussels sprouts and everything. Like, okay, I put the turkey in 3 hours ago. Like, when do I do the Brussels sprouts? So they tend to come into the kitchen and just take over. So thank you for all that. I'm quite grateful and thankful to all the people who helped to get my meal going. And no arguments, so it was great. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for being here for Deborah Kobylt Live. I have a really exciting guest with me this week, Didi Wong. Didi, thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me, Deborah.
It's a mouthful what you do because you do a lot. You are the producer of this coming week in Los Angeles for 3 days, right? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Correct.
You are the producer of the Women's Economic Forum. You are also the CEO of a company, Social Spotlight Events, and also the CEO of the Yes Academy. We'll get into all that in a little bit. Oh, and your book, your latest book,
Yes,
Success Breakthroughs, which is pretty incredible. It was co-written with Jack Canfield, right?
I'm very honored to do that with him.
Unbelievable woman you are. Oh,
Thank you.
she's got 4 kids. So women, I mean, already we've lost, okay? This woman is a power woman, and she's really nice, too. She walked in with a smile, and you're just a delightful person.
Oh, thank you so much.
So thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So let's start with the Women's Economic Forum. It's quite outstanding. You've got a list of incredible speakers over at the Marriott, right? In downtown
JW
LA.
Marriott, downtown LA, LA Live. They call it the LA Live campus.
Can't wait to show up. Tell me a little bit about what inspired Women's Economic Forum, because there's all kinds of women's everything.
Right.
What is this?
Okay, so it's a organization, non-profit, based out of New Delhi, India, and I was invited to speak there. The headquarters is in Delhi. So I was nominated to speak there and nominated for an award. So I won the Woman of the Decade for Entrepreneurship and Venture Capital Award.
Wow.
This April, and it changed my life, and that is the reason why I've done this event. My parents came to support me and watch me speak and see me win this award. I invited them, and Daddy loves Indian food, so he loves India, so that was a really good reason to go. And they've never really seen me do what I do.
And I know this is very important to you because you talked about it with me on the phone.
Yes.
I've seen you interviewed and you talked about your parents. Your parents, if you will, approval or just seeing what you've done is real important to you, isn't it?
So important. I don't know why I have this in my soul, but as a daughter, maybe because I'm Chinese, maybe just because of how I was brought up, it is so important for me to have my parents feel that they did good with me and that they're proud of me.
I'm sure they do. At this point, I'm sure they do, aside from the fact that you're a wonderful mom of 4, and kudos to you for that. And they're all young kids, too. They're all, what, under the age of?
8.
Under the age of 8?
Yes.
A set of twins.
Yes.
A powerhouse lady. And she walked in with her, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Valentino shoes that you love.
Girl, I can't even get the time to go shopping for that stuff. You walked in so put together. So
thank you.
I'm going to bet your mom and dad are pretty proud of that.
I hope so.
So how did you put this entire event together? It's pretty
So
amazing.
I have event experience. I used to work for the New York City Ballet and Pier 59 Studios back in New York City. Wow. So I do have special events experience.
And wait a minute, who did you work with back there?
Oh gosh, anywhere from Madonna to Jennifer Lopez to P. Diddy or Puff Daddy at that time. I worked with the top photographers of the world: Patrick Demarchelier, Mario Testino, even what's her name? Anne. Oh, I don't know why I'm forgetting her name.
That's okay. You've done good already by me. So,
but really the top of the top. But the big, aha moment that Oprah always talks about is, I was in a cab running to get a tofu sandwich for Joaquin Phoenix. And I was the director of public relations at that time. And I was just thinking to myself, what am I doing in this yellow cab, running across town?
Getting him a sandwich.
Trying to getting him a tofu sandwich when all my employees were just like busy, and I had to just come up to do whatever it takes to make the client happy. And I just had that aha moment. You know what? I came to America to do this for myself, not to have to run around town getting a tofu sandwich for some celebrity. And it was at the end of the day, it was actually to please the assistant rather than the actual celebrity. So I found out that. Wait,
why? Because you didn't want to ask him to do it?
No, because the assistant wanted to please him to get the sandwich. He didn't actually ask for the sandwich.
What? Okay.
I know. This is a long time ago. But anyway, that was the impetus of my being an entrepreneur, getting out of the corporate world. Even if I was a director of public relations for a great company, I was very appreciative of what I got at that age. But I came, my biggest goal was to be on Broadway, by the way. I want to sing.
So you went
dance.
to New York and you ended up working for this great events company, and you were working in studios, but what you really wanted to do was
be on stage.
On stage. Mm-hmm. Did that happen?
So yes, I did an episode in The Sopranos. I did some independent movies.
Hang on. Were you a mobster or something? What'd you do?
Oh, okay. So
I wanted to be on The Sopranos so much. Those are my people. I need you to. Those are my people from New Jersey.
Yes.
They should have reached out for me, but go ahead. What were you?
I was a prostitute.
And
silence.
Who went after you? Tony Soprano?
Of course. I got Tony. So it was an amazing opportunity. I actually asked Michael, who is my husband now, I have to be topless. What should I do? Should I take the role? Because that's not my culture. That's my mom and dad would be furious. But he encouraged me and said, if you're going to be topless on any show, you better be topless on The Sopranos, because that was the biggest, hottest show back then. It was the #1 for many years.
Why not? A girl, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? I would probably take the role too. I mean, it's part of the vibe. I memean, you're not really a prostitute if you show up in a proper suit, right? So you got to really dress the part. So good for you.
Well, they edited out, so it never actually showed, which is wonderful for me.
Oh, and lucky you.
Yep, perfect.
And you still got to be on The Sopranos.
That's right.
And you got to be covered up. That's amazing.
Right.
So let's fast forward to a few years. Now you're in LA. You're married. 4 kids. Successful events company. And now this weekend, which is a real big deal in downtown LA, the Women's Economic Forum. I mean, it's a time where women are finally, little by little, we've all been getting out there. We've hit the glass ceiling. We have women in charge now, but we got to keep this going.
Yes.
And tell me what women can expect at the Women's Economic Forum.
First off, you'll get to meet amazing women, and that is my goal. My goal is for each woman who steps into the JW Marriott to feel encouraged and lifted up by each other. And I think this is our time right now to do that for each other.
And you have different types of venues. You have different speakers. There's something there that's benefit everyone. Why don't we go through some of them that you think are really going to be interesting to people?
Yeah. So I have different topics that's going to be covered, like human trafficking, economics, motherhood and friendship, relationships, grieving about death of your parents. And there's also definitely the business side of things, because the goal of the Women Economic Forum is for every woman to become a businesswoman.
Cool. It's vital, regardless of what you do. There's so many different businesses, especially with online stuff. On Instagram, so many of my friends have started up businesses, whether it's hiking. I have a friend who just designed something, where you wear over your entire neck, if you're walking and whatnot, and in the sun. It's really lovely and very stylish. Oh, wow. I have all friends developing all sorts of inventions and businesses, and with social media, it's so much easier, if you will.
To market.
Not easy, but easier to market yourself out there.
Correct.
And I think it's great that you're going to have a bunch of women together to exchange ideas. That's what we need to do, is exchange ideas.
Yes, and just have really quality conversations. And, you're going to be listening to speakers who have made it out there and are powerful women who will so inspire you to become a powerful woman. Because I was there just 2 years ago. I had nothing I had my 4 children. I was a mother, full-time mother, kind of side kicking with my yoga inspired company that I had. But then I found myself again. I found my own identity, and I'm encouraging every mother out there, with newborns or not, to just find your own identity, because your children will grow up, and you need to have that.
Well,
too.
it's interesting that you said that, because I was on CNN for years, and I took some time off, especially when my third was born. It was like, whoa, this is a lot, traveling around and reporting. And when I stepped back into the business a few years ago, and I could have gone back full time. I didn't want to. I wanted to do something different and make something that was mine.
Yes.
So I decided to develop my own show, and from there, I do interviews everywhere now, and I'm my own entity.
Yes.
And I really was nervous and scared, and I thought, gosh, nobody's going to really want me. I haven't been out there for a few years, and if you just try,
yes,
you'll get a few doors slammed. You will. Right? But just try it.
I always say dive deep into it. You got to invest in yourself and dive deep. Find a mentor, somebody who really you look up to, whom you trust and is doing what you want to do in about 3-5 years, and have them just give you all their wisdom.
You know what else, too? I think women need to be there as friends for each other, like as sounding boards. I often need to call a friend and say, what do you think about this? Now, if I do it to my husband, he's like, oh, I don't know, it's fine. Both of them are good. But if I do it to a friend, when they know me and they understand how I work, I just think also this forum, it's a time to build relationships and make new business friends who become your friends.
Yep, exactly. Friends first. I always say friends first. And I like to do business with people I like.
Me too. Me too.
So, and you know about their family, who they are, get to the heart of it. Then your business will be flowing. It's easy. That my motto with the Yes Academy is confidence, connections, cash flow. Yeah.
Wonderful. Tell me who were some of your favorite speakers that are going to be there. I mean, I have a whole list here.
Yes. Okay, so Dr. Sonia Stribling.
Yeah.
She has gone through so much, and she is one of the most amazing speakers.
For people who don't know, tell us about her.
Yes, so she is... she has her own TV show on Bravo. She was in the army when she was young. I think she's been sexually abused. She's an African American woman who just gone through a lot of adversities, and now standing in power and showing what she could, what she achieved. So it's such an inspirational story. And then we have somebody like Lynn Rose, who is the CEO of her own entrepreneurial school, entrepreneurial courses, and she has programs that really get you going with becoming successful as a woman. So we've got those type of people. And then we have, I want to celebrate women in general who are not also already have a name. So a lot of
That's very important. Go ahead. You have a workshop, just an area where we can all collect, right?
Yes, absolutely. So when you come to the forum, I don't want you to think about it as, oh, which star am I going to see? This is truly a very grounded event. Yes, the grounded event. You yourself is the star, and you can come and I say every woman is an expert in something. So then you can go out there and spread a message, even if you don't call yourself a professional speaker.
Even if you're so nervous that you're scared to death
to
come because you feel like you don't have the right clothes. That's always a big one.
Yeah.
Right? Or you feel like you're not kind of going to look put together. Just come anyway. There's going to be something that you take away from it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
There's a takeaway.
Confidence will be the takeaway for sure. Because
Yeah.
I'm all about lifting you up, encouraging you, making you feel confident so that you can go out in the world and feel like you belong.
This is a tough one to do. 3 days? You include lunch too. I love that.
Yes, lunch and dinner. Actually, I love to feed people.
Yeah,
I come
obviously.
from a family that loves food, so everyone is fed.
Right. I was talking to Stacey Blanchett. Shout out to you. And because she connected us.
Yes.
And
Thank you,
she said,
Stacey.
geez, they even have lunch and dinner. I said, oh, well, there you go, ladies. That's a place to show up. I mean, it's just, do you have to sign up for the 3 days or can you sign up?
No, you can come for the 1 day. You can come. We're breaking bread together. That's what another girl, Daphne Marina, who introduced me to Stacey, said to me. Well, if all the women are breaking bread together, we're going to become fast friends, and then we're going to connect, and then we're going to business happen and deals are going to happen and we're going to all make money, so.
Yeah, and build friendships.
Absolutely.
And alliances. That really, really is important because my alliance group has grown and we're really all there for each other. So let's talk a little bit more about your events company and about the Yes Academy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say that I have become an international speaker through my Yes Academy, and I go out there to speak all over the world to become a mentor for young I guess any woman or men.
All women.
Yeah,
those over 40 too.
Yes, I have clients who are out there. And actually I love that demographic, as I said earlier, because of the motherhood thing. Because women who want to have children, they're not sure if they should leave their corporate job or if they should go back. Like exactly what you went through. A lot of women don't have the guts to come out and do their own thing. So No,
it's very scary to come back.
I'm your cheerleader. I'm going to be the one to say, go ahead, this is what I did. I have 4 children. I sold my company, and not at a price that I want, by the way, and I lost a little bit of money. But, it's fine because I'm back out here, and I decided to, I'm in a movie that actually encouraged me to become a speaker. The movie is called Impact.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't tell you that part.
Well, you did, but girl, you really do a lot. I mean, I feel like I'm going to crawl under a rock. But no, go ahead. Tell me about that
So the
too.
movie was the impetus of me being a speaker because they were looking for 3 roles. One was a speaker, one is a CEO, one is an entrepreneur, and I'm all 3. Actually, I'm entrepreneur and CEO. Speaker, I was at that time not one, and I said, well, I love to challenge myself. May I be the speaker role? And because I love public speaking, my dad is an attorney in Hong Kong, criminal lawyer, and I grew up watching him speak in court. And I remember when I was a young girl looking at him. Wow, how does he remember all those things that he has to say? How does he look into the jury's eyes and look at the judge? And he also was a judge. So I really got inspired by him, I think subconsciously. And then when I went to school, I used to be the public reader. Like I read the Bible out to the mass, So I love reading out loud, and also what I like to do.
You seem to have that naturally in you, to want to speak to people, but a good message to people.
Yes.
I think you really want to spread something so that they feel uplifted. But it makes sense that you would then do this and you would be speaking around the world.
Yeah, I have an interest in the tonality and accents and how you pronounce words, how you, pause, all of that. That's kind of part of my passion. So when I speak, it's very authentic, but at the same time, the cadence, and because I'm musical, I love to sing as well. So all of that comes into play when you're a speaker.
How's my cadence?
I actually was going to tell you before we went on air that you have a beautiful speaking voice as well as a speaking like a path. Like I heard you practice a little bit, and I was like, ooh, she's really good.
Yeah, I love to speak in front of an audience. Yeah. I don't get nervous. I'm better when I'm in front of groups of people than I'm by myself. So if you just flash on a camera or whatever, I can pull it together.
We must step on the same stage and speak together.
That would be a lot of fun. Lord knows I have so many stories, and I love sharing them.
That. Yes.
I love sharing. I was always nervous about stepping in front of a live audience. Cameras are easy; they don't talk back to you.
Oh, that's right.
So I decided to take up stand-up comedy.
Oh, that is the most difficult thing, I think.
I did really well, and then they asked me back, and then I got asked again to go. This isn't about me, to go and perform on Sunset Boulevard, and I thought, wow. So I realized, all right, if I could do that, then I could speak in front of anybody. So in other words, just, if you're scared of something, just go try and do it.
Just do it. Yeah. I always say to my clients, when you're fearful of something, it's just because you haven't done it enough.
I always give examples of how fearful I was and also where I came from to get out of that. And I think just so we all know we're not alone.
Yeah.
So what you've done is amazing. Let's talk about your book, because I can't believe you partnered with Jack Canfield. Yes. For those folks who don't know, let's talk about Jack a little bit.
So he is the original creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul book series. It's sold millions and millions and millions of books. He's still at it. He is literally at the top of the speaking, life coaching, mentoring game. So for me to have partnered up with him was, I don't even know.
Well, you did. There's a book, and it's a gorgeous picture too.
Oh,
this is amazing. I have to tell you.
So it's about the birth of my entrepreneurship. And that's why, because I'm an angel investor, and I'm a seed investor, so I like to really encourage women to men and women to start up their own thing. Because if you truly want to be rich, you can't be working for somebody else.
Or happy, because I have to tell you something, and whatever it is that you want to do, just try it. Try starting it up. You know, it's scary at first, but there are forums and seminars, and you just reach out, and just one little step reaches to but I love how you try and inspire people, because your journey is just, you know, where were you born?
Hong Kong.
And you were schooled in
England. Yes.
And here you are now living in LA, and just quite the journey. You know, your family who was successful, a lot of pressure on you from you to be a success, just so your parents were proud of the work they did.
Yeah.
And I think you've done that.
Thank you.
I really do. So how can people get in touch with you for the Women's Economic Forum? If they want to talk to you, if they want to have you speak, or if they want to go to the forum, what do they do?
Okay, so you can go off at the website www.wef.org.in. That is their main website. You'll see all of their countries that are involved. And then you can check out socialspotlightevents.com of all of our events. And if you want to reach me directly, you can do Didi at didiwong.com. DIDI at DIDIWONG.com.
Wow. Are you nervous about the next 3 days? Because it's a giant undertaking. And the fact that you drove down here to Hollywood, I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, I trust me. Today is very special day because day before the event. But I just felt your energy, Deborah. To be honest, when we were on the phone, I don't give my time away, you know, just like that. So I am actually very appreciative of being here, and I do know that you. You know, you must pick your guests, you know.
I do. And I was very excited to have you on.
I'm grateful
very
for
grateful.
being here too.
And maybe you'll join us tonight. I know I suggested that. I'm involved. I'm actually on the board of Stop Poaching Now. So I'd also urge everyone to look that up if you want to donate. StopPoachingNow.org. And they're working tirelessly to end poaching in Africa and around the world. So that's where I'm going to be tonight. So if there's any way you think you could reschedule anything, I'd love to have you as my guest. That would be great.
Okay. Thank you so much.
If not, I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
At the Women's Economic
Please come
Forum.
join us. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And look us up. Like if you come, find me, okay?
Yeah, and find me. Come and say hi.
Really, that'd be really
hug.
cool.
I love hugs.
Yeah, me too. That'd be a lot of fun. So let's do this together. Women's Economic Forum. Let's learn something. Let's build a big tribe. And there we go.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All the people who are watching and listening. Thank you.
And we'll see you next time, hopefully tomorrow. Deborah Kobylt Live. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye.